You ever notice how nobody sees your breaking point? Nobody sees the nights when you stare at the ceiling wondering if any of this is worth it. Nobody sees the battles you fight in silence. But that's fine, because legends aren't built under the spotlight. They're built underground, in darkness, in pain, in silence. And that's where you've been living longer than anyone knows. Pain didn't knock on your door politely. It kicked it down. It grabbed you by the throat and dragged you across days you didn't want to survive. But you did. Not because you were strong, but because you refused to stay weak. The world doesn't hand out strength. It forces it. And you've been forged for years without even noticing. You walk alone, not because you like isolation, but because nobody's willing to do what you do. Nobody wants the early mornings. Nobody wants the discipline. Nobody wants the internal war. People scream for success, but they whisper when it's time to work. You've been bleeding in silence, and that's why you're different. There's a villain inside you, not outside. Inside. Your own mind has tried to break you more times than any person ever has. It tells you to stop. It tells you to rest. It tells you you're not enough, not ready, not built for this. But that voice, it's not your enemy. It's your test. Inside every warrior, there's a voice that begs for comfort. You don't kill that voice, you dominate it. Every time you felt weak, the darkness didn't swallow you, it shaped you. Every time you got knocked down, you stood back up with something new. More grit, more bite, more hunger. You didn't grow from praise, you grew from pressure. That's why you're dangerous. Because you've been sharpening yourself in silence, while others were searching for shortcuts. People want results without sacrifice. They want the reward without paying the price. But greatness has a cost, and you've already paid half of it in pain. The early mornings, the nights you cried quietly, the days you moved with no energy left, those weren't losses. Those were deposits. And one day, they're going to pay out. But only if you keep going. There's a moment every warrior knows. The moment your legs shake. The moment your chest burns. The moment your mind says stop. That's the threshold. Most people quit right there. But you step over it. Because the version of you on the other side has been waiting for years. The pain you feel now is the door. Walk through it. There's a monster inside you. A silent one. A disciplined one. It doesn't roar. It doesn't brag. It just works. Every rep, every step, every lonely night grinding, that monster is waking up. And once it fully awakens, nothing in this world will be able to stop you. Not fear, not doubt, not past mistakes, not people's opinions. So understand this truth. The darkness you hate is the same darkness that made you unbreakable. The nights you thought were killing you, they were preparing you. The days you felt lost, they were clearing the path. The pain you cursed, it was teaching you discipline. Everything you went through was not punishment. It was preparation. You're not who you were, not anymore. You've buried the weak version of yourself over and over again, and each time you came back colder, sharper, more focused. You're not surviving anymore. You're building, you're evolving. You're stepping into the identity you were meant to carry. A fighter, a warrior, a force. You've come too far to break now. Not after everything you crawled through. Not after everything you conquered alone. Your transformation is not complete, but you're close. Closer than you think. This next step, this next push, this next painful minute, it's the bridge between who you are and who you're destined to become. So breathe, lock in, and move. The dark didn't come to destroy you. It came to build you. Now walk forward and don't look back. Your evolution begins now.